to take a week off last week. I was blessed to have one of my elder brothers in the struggle come to this side of the world, and it was my responsibility to go out and see him, sending shots out to Albino Garcia Sr. for coming to Columbus, and of course, rocking the mic. He had some workshops that he had to do, and the only time I was really able to get free, because y'all know I'm over there, I'm doing my thing by myself at this point in time, so I couldn't leave during the day, but I was able to go see him in the evening, and it was a beautiful thing. You know, when you get a chance to see some of your folks, get up and go see them, yo. Alright, I know right now some of y'all probably listening, why you ain't come to the reunion? Well, the reunion was a whole different weekend, whole different series of strange and unusual events. Because, you know, a lot of us, you know, we plan, but, you know, there's something else going on in the universe. A lot of times we can't do everything that we want to do. Now, of course, you know, right now, you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I am your host, Brother Hatim, and the show tonight is Folktales for Grown Folks. It's a Heart of a Simba production, and last but not least, you know we always try to blow up those old paradigms. I don't know how many people are going to call in tonight, or if anybody's going to call in tonight, but you know we're going to kick it either way. The issue is, for me, at this point in time, is that I have to, one, go through some of the news anyway. I wasn't able to send out an invite, you know. I've been busy. That Ambrosius is doing a little bit better than I thought. And I need y'all, and while we on that Ambrosia, I want to discuss a little bit about it. The issue with that Ambrosia. Oh, there you go. That Ambrosia been it's been moving, it's building up, it's growing fast, but that Ambrosia is not the business. Gye-Nyame Journey is the business. And every time you purchase a bottle, know that you are supporting the journey. What do you mean, Brother Hatim? I've been looking for something. I've been looking for a product that I can stand behind. I've been looking for a way to give back to people that give to us. So finally, when we get more outside the circle of people giving to us that we know, I want to be able to have a gift for them. And the gift that I have for them is that Ambrosia, my homebrew. You know what I'm saying? So when you give to the journey, you get Ambrosia back, because I'm trying to create a cycle of giving and receiving in our community, because in our community, if we want to grow, you know, even though I don't believe the community exists, but that's a whole nother point. But if we want to grow, we got to start this cycle going. You understand? I mean, it's this cycle of giving and returning, because many of us are caught up in it ain't even a loop. It's just an arc where either we're giving or we're receiving. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we say thank you, but oftentimes thank you is not enough. It's a beautiful thing to be thanked, but if we want to jumpstart the engine of economics in our community, we have to give something back when we receive. So every time you donate to Gye-Nyame, you get Ambrosia back. You know what I'm saying? If you just come up to me and say, hey, I want Ambrosia, I have to let you know a little bit about what we're doing at Gye-Nyame Journey. You know what I'm saying? As far as trying to put out the books, as far as doing the podcast, as far as working with young people, as far as working with adults, as far as training people on how to live their lives, or training them and assisting them in living their lives and getting them prepared for the 21st century as African people, right? Now, everybody can learn something, but my primary concern is black folk, because this is why, man, nobody is focusing on us. It seems that in every media outlet, in every interview, and every politician I hear talk, people address around black folks' issues. Now, case in point. So, This morning, I found something in WikiLeaks. It said, look, and this is from the HuffingtonPost.com. Author is Julia Craven. I'm going to read this article to you real quick. Then we'll get into the story because I want you to understand. Nobody really wants to address the direct issues or answers direct questions for us, right? I'm trying to get people to be symbol literate, but I also want people to know that you can't eat symbols. You can't eat your principles. You know what I'm saying? You can't eat that kente cloth. You know what I'm saying? You can't eat you can eat the shea butter. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't eat the culture. Right? Those things are supposed to they're supposed to produce they're supposed to produce something for the people. If we are involved in a culture that's not producing something for us, then we are involved in a dead culture. See, because a culture is a living organism, and there's exchange. By you being involved with the culture, there should be something coming back to you. By you working in the culture, it should be something coming back to you, right? See, every culture has specific things, specific territory, because this is why we talk about, when we talk about nation building or starting a community or tribe building, territory, economic life, distinctive culture, language in common. We got two, maybe one of those. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I'll be speaking to people and they be looking at me like they don't understand a goddamn word I'm saying. Right? You know what I'm saying? You know, we have a distinctive culture, and the question is the culture alive? Because the culture is supposed to provide and protect. From the culture immunizes you against the fuckery in the world. And it helps catapult your culture is what we are using in this so-called race that we are in, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I want y'all to listen to the words. Because, children have a way of pointing out stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because my children be confused when people talking about race, because the only race they know is when they see two people running against each other. But the bottom line is that's what it is. We as a culture are racing. Now the question is, are we going in the right direction? Can we catch up? And the question is yes. The question is yes. It's just a matter of activating that culture, establishing that territory, because from that territory come your economic life. One of the territories that we have activated, in a sense, or one of the things that's coming from the territory and eventually will be able to produce totally from the territory, is that ambrosia. Our drink, right? This is the national drink of Gye-Nyame, right? For all three of us. How many of us in Gye-Nyame? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But y'all get what I'm saying. This is the national drink, right? Why? Because it provides a lot of stuff, but nobody ever addressed the issues. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever talk about bringing money directly to black folks. It's always everybody, and we have to stop allowing people to get into this vague language when they are discussing our issues, because there are unique things that's going on specifically for us that we need to hold our politicians responsible for bringing resources to the community to alleviate some of these things, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to send shots out to Brother D. I'm going to turn on his mic, but now what's up, Brother D? All right, I got your mic on, but I don't hear you. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you just listening in, but let's see. Boom. Oh, you listening from the computer. All right, peace to Brother D. Let's see, audio options. Okay, I'm on. All right, I'm on. I can't hear you, though. So maybe you can send me a message to let me know what's going on, if you're just listening or what. Okay. But anyway, let me send him a message. Brother D, can't hear you. But back to the point I'm trying to make. We cannot allow people to continuously to continue feeding us bullshit. They're feeding us bullshit, y'all. And we got to shut that down, right? It can't be allowed. It can't be permitted. We got to shut it all the way down, right? So now, I was perusing and I'm going through YouTube, and I ran into a conversation that I can't remember the brother's name. Give me a second. He did the most popular documentary. I can't remember. I can't remember the documentary either. It'll come to me in a second. And he broke down that in the WikiLeaks, Tariq Nasheed, that's his name. In the WikiLeaks documents, they leaked out from the Democratic campaign. It says leaked 2015 memo told Dems don't offer support for Black Lives Matter's positions. Now, a lot of us, we don't necessarily support Black Lives Matter, because when you look at the bylaws, or you look at the organizational structure and stuff like that, they don't even mention black men. You know what I'm saying? Hell with us. But hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm drinking some of my ambrosia, by the way. But let's read this. Washington don't offer support for concrete policy positions of Black Lives Matter protester. And this is this is the mind state that they train their young people, as well as the old. They have this idea that they could just give us unreal shit and we'll just eat it, right? So you could take out Black Lives Matter, because this is how they deal with all of us. The chief organization charged with elected Democrats to the House of Representatives warned its candidates in an internal memo leaked online on Wednesday. The document was posted online by Decipher 2.0, a hacker who has claimed to be responsible for the Democratic National Committee email leak. Decipher claims the document is from the personal computer of House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, Democrat of California. A number of cybersecurity firms and Democrats have attributed the leaks to Russian hackers, though Decipher 2.0 has denied working for the Kremlin. Presidential candidate has struggled to respond to the tactics of Black Lives Matter movement, reads the memo, sent by the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee staff in November. Where there has been little engagement with White House candidates and campaign staff should be prepared. This document should not be emailed or handed to anyone outside of the building. Please only give campaign staff these best practices in meetings or over the phone. So this is something that wasn't supposed to get out. I don't know why they put it on email. Black Lives Matter has become a force during the 2016 election by repeatedly calling on presidential candidates to address the systematic inequalities faced by Black Americans. The movement has offered policy suggestions, held demonstrations, and interrupted presidential campaign speeches in order to call attention to anti-Black racism. The memo, which describes BLM as a radical movement that aims to end anti-Black racism, lists several suggestions for how Democratic congressional candidates should handle and encounter with Black Lives Matter activists. Now, this ain't just Black Lives Matter. I want you to understand that when they face us, they already have a template in how they got to deal with members of the Black community. We're so splintered that they could just spin all of us, get our votes, and keep it moving. Right? Nobody comes to us until they need our vote. And then everybody try to make you feel guilty when you be like, hey, ain't nobody to vote for. Your ancestors died so that you can have the right to vote. That's right. They died so that I can have the right. And because they died for me to have the right, what I do with that right is my business. Stop letting people hype you up on that bullshit, right? Oh, your ancestors rolling over they already rolling over in the grave, because they probably wouldn't stood for half the bullshit that is being run on us right now. I'm still waiting for Marcus Garvey to come back, because he promised he was going to come back as a whirlwind. Come on back, Marcus. You know what I'm saying? Come on back. I'm waiting. Blow these motherfuckers away. And take a couple of these fake Negroes with you too. If approached by Black BLM activists, campaign staff should offer to meet with local activists, the memo reads. Right? Alright, I still can't hear you, Brother D. Oh, it's playing. I can only hear you on Spreaker right now. Alright, let's see what's going on. I don't. You know, it might be behind. I don't know what's going on. So, I apologize to all those that may be calling in. I need to see, what happened to the Uber conference? The Uber conference was dropped. Hold on, Brother D. I'll be back. I'm going to have to go get my brother. He on the line waiting. I don't like that. He need to be able to be on the show because he's a major supporter. All right. So, let's get back to the article while we wait. Where is that? Boom. If approached by BLM activists, campaign staff should offer to meet with the local activists. The memo reads, invited BLM attendees should be limited. Please aim for personal or small group meetings, which is smart, right? Because when you got a lot of people in the room, but what they try to do is isolate the leaders. Now, let's see what the next step is. Listen to their concerns. It continues. So it's basically, don't offer support for concrete policy positions. Don't give them nothing concrete. This is how they've been dealing with us. The memo includes advice on what exactly to say to Black Lives Matter activists. So understand, black folks, that when we're talking to these politicians, they already have canned responses to everything that you're going to ask. They have already looked at what you need. They know what you need. But rather than giving you concrete answers, give you concrete conclusions, give you concrete actions that they are going to take, they're just to listen to you. Because you're emotional people. And the emotions are burned out because they won't do nothing but march. And they're going to vote Democrat anyway. The memo includes advice on what exactly to say to Black Lives Matter activists. It recommends avoiding phrases like all lives matter. You don't want to agitate them. And warn not to bring up black on black crime, since the response will garner additional media scrutiny and only anger BLM activists, right? House Democrats, hold on, my Uber conference is back up. I still don't know what's going on, Brother D. Let's see if I could turn you on. Your mic appears, no, I don't want to do that. Your mic appears to be on. I don't know what's going on, my friend. I don't know. There's been some updates to Uber conference, so I have to see how those updates have I have to see how these changes have affected the call-in piece. I might have to call there myself. All right. I apologize, my brother. House Democrats were also advised to say that police violence requires a national conversation and acknowledge that a history of systematic racism continues to confront the daily lives of African Americans. They're going to console you after they hear you out, right? You know what I'm saying? This is advice. I mean, really, when you listen to it, this is advice that older men give younger men that are in marriages. Listen to her, allow her to get it out. Then console her. Don't say A. Don't say B. She don't want a solution. She just want to be heard. Y'all got to understand, black folks. They treating us like bitches. You know what I'm saying? We they bitch. You know what I'm saying? Consoling words. They just want to be heard. They just want to be heard. Don't make no promises. No. This is some pimp shit. Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee highly respects and values the leadership of Black Lives Matter movement. Yeah. Meredith Kelly, National Press Secretary of DCCC, said in a statement Wednesday. But this article is actually very old. Let me tell you the date so that you can find it, because I'm going to stop. It came out in August 31, 2016. All right? That's when it came out. So let's go back over here and let's get on my commercials. So first things first, let's go and talk about you getting I ain't not for profit. This G&J is a for profit business, right? So when you support us, we support you by sending you ambrosia. Now the best way to get it at this point in time is if in person, you know what I'm saying? You let me know that you want to support Gye-Nyame Journey and get your ambrosia. Now, if you want to be a monthly donor, right? This will happen. Not a donor. If you want to give monthly, right? $5, you get a bottle. For $10, you get 2 complimentary bottles. $10 a month. Every month. This ain't just one time. Every month that you give $10 to Gye-Nyame Journey, you get $10. You get 2 bottles every month. And when that ding goes off on my phone, I'm looking for a way to get you your ambrosia. All right. All right. When you do $20 a month, right? Oh, and also, now I need to stress this: if you live outside of a 25-mile radius, you must pay for shipping and handling. You get the bottles, but I'm not, because that's expensive. I'm still waiting. Where's my shipping stuff? I paid for this. I paid for some shipping stuff. It ain't come to this. I gotta find it. Well, anyway, because I got some stuff to ship off anyway. At $20 a month, you get the 4-pack, right? And also with each, like the 5 to 10, if you are a monthly donor, after you get your initial exchange, right? After you get your initial gift from us, right? All of your purchases of ambrosia are $3 a piece. Don't matter. So you want one, it ain't gonna be $7 like it is for everybody else, because you a monthly donor and you buying, you're sending stuff to us every month, right? You get your bottle for $3. You get the wholesale price. All right. Now let's go to the next one. After the 20, we got the $30. And for $30, where is it at? I want to make sure I got it right. You get your 6-pack, right? 6-pack for a month for you donating to Gye-Nyame, not donating, to you giving money to Gye-Nyame Journey so we can do what we do. All right? And then the last one is for you ballers out there. It is you get a 12-pack. I'm about to change that because actually you get a 12-pack for $36. I'm going to change that for $36. You get a 12-pack for $36. You do the $36 and you still get the $3 a piece and all that, and all the other stuff's on there. But you go to the Patreon page. Is at patreon.com, G&J. I am going to post it up on the Spreaker thing. But make sure you support the journey, because when you support the journey, we support you. But what I wanted to share was some of these things that ambrosia could possibly help you with. All right, some of the ailments that ambrosia can help you with. Let me go to it. All right, because it is a form of kombucha, it is said to aid with digestion, help you maintain gut health, because the fermenting process is done by a colony of healthy bacteria and yeast. Kombucha helps your body fight off unhealthy yeast, provides mental clarity, stabilizes the mood. Now, add steam, distilled water. We already shared the fermentation process. I talked about the fermentation process, but let's go down to some. Now, just use your imagination to think about the combining process with raw, unpasteurized honey, green tea, which is loaded with polyphenols that acts as an antioxidant, It has compounds that improve brain function, increase fat burning, may lower the risk of cancer, protect the brain in old age, kill unhealthy bacteria. It may lower the risk of type 2 diabetes, may reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. And I use distilled water, right? So that's just some of the things that it help you with. Now, the honey is, of course, hopefully y'all know, honey is antibacterial and antifungal. Now, why don't it kill the bacteria and the yeast in the ambrosia? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just this shit right here is miraculous. I got the Death Eater, which has burdock root, and it has dandelion root. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's the bacteria and the yeast are mixing in with these things, and it's working, right? I mean, the fizz is there, the life is there, the health-giving benefits are there. It's incredible. Honey is antibacterial, antifungal. It helps in healing and cleaning out wounds, help with digestion, soothe sore throats, and finally is filled with phytonutrients, which is a substance believed to be beneficial in fighting against certain diseases. All right. Where's the green tea? Let's talk about a little bit of green tea. Green tea. All right. Well, I ain't got the green tea on there. Yeah, I got it on there, but you got to read it. There's a link for that. It's at Gye-Nyame.com where most of you are listening. It's a featured post, so you're going to find out a little bit about that ambrosia. Now, on to the next commercial.
The word is spreading. More and more people are switching to Ambit Energy.
Well, one of my neighbors switched, and then I switched. Now the whole neighborhood has Ambit.
Who doesn't want to save money?
The word is spreading. Switching to Ambit Energy is rewarding in more ways than one.
I signed up and got a travel reward. That's nice.
Oh, I get to save on energy and on travel?
There's a cruise for two out there just a few thousand kilowatts away. I can almost smell the sunscreen.
The word is spreading. Ambit Energy even lets you earn free energy.
When I get 15 friends to switch, I get free energy. I have 15 friends. At least I think I do.
Hey, I'd be telling people to switch to Ambit anyway.
If you'd like to switch to Ambit Energy, listen to the following contact information closely. Then spread the word.
Y'all heard the man. Spread the word. Gye-Nyame Journey is an independent consultant of Ambit Energy. Now, if you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/G&J Energy, and click the sign up button, it will take you directly to our rates and plans page. For those that are interested that may be listening, we are in California, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Indiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Texas, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. Right? When you click in, all you need to do is put in your zip code. Type in residential customer or commercial, and then put no that you're not an Ambit customer. Click on it, and it will give you the rates for the electricity, and it will give you the rates for the gas. And what you'll be amazed at is that most of y'all don't even know how much you're paying for your electricity and your gas right now, right? But this is the issue where I'm coming at, right? We get a few pennies because you switch to Ambit. You still get your electricity the same way you've been getting it, except Ambit is your energy provider. The people that supply it is still the same companies that you've been getting it through because they got the wires or the pipes to bring the gas and electricity to you. We have been given an opportunity. This is a business where we could tap into a market that we all participate in. We all pay electricity. I ain't gonna say all, because some of y'all listen to me on your cell phone, on your girlfriend's couch, or maybe your boy. You know, I understand. I understand the hustle. I used to live out the. I lived that duffel bag life. I understand, right? Some of y'all said no, but you can influence them, right? When you get them in that mood, and they like, you know, and they like, well, what can I do for you? I want to do. Oh, well, you could go and support Gye-Nyame Journey and just turn off your electric bill. And every month, a few pennies trickle in. But what happens when we get 1,000 pennies trickling in, or 10,000 pennies? You know what I'm saying? What happens when we start really, really building on this concept? See, people are mad at me because I'm not trying to hit it hard and rough. What I'm trying to get people to do is, I don't want you to switch over to it because it's ambit. I want you to switch over because you want to support what we do. You're seeing the videos. You're listening to the podcast. You're getting some growth. And you say, I want to help this continue to go on. And then you turn around and be like, boom, I'm going to do the ambit. I live in Illinois right now. I'm going to get ambit because the shipping cost of the ambrosia until he gets to the state is going to be too much. But I can support him through ambit. And this is what I'm going to do for those people that support us on ambit, right? You get the wholesale price too. I get a list of who is on the downline, right? You get that ambrosia too. But then check this out for $3, right? But check this out. Also, if you get 15 other people up under you, you get your electricity or your gas for free. I mean, I ain't never heard of another program like this. I don't understand why people ain't knocking down my damn door right now. Because we about to go in wintertime, right? Now, all I got to do, you know what I'm saying, 15 people paying their gas bill under you. You don't even have to be a consultant. You just be a customer. You be like, hi, Tim, I got 15 other people. They already said it's cool. We're going to, because check this out. Look. Check this out, Sawab. Right? Once you get the free energy, you can shift it around. So you and your friends can say every month, you know what I'm saying, or every 2 months, we're going to switch it around. I'm going to share it to you. But you got to be an Amber customer. Instead of me getting it free this month, I'm going to give it to you. And then the next one, you get it. And y'all just get that thing going around every 15 months. You know that in that month, you don't have to pay that electricity or that gas bill. That's money that you got to start investing in pursuing your dreams. I'm not just out here trying to get it for me, right? I'm building for all of us. When I went to the event, I went to a marketplace. I don't remember the name of it's Queen Roche and Sister Freedom put together this event. I went to this event. I walked in. In less than an hour, I sold almost 2 boxes of ambrosia. I know I got a good product here. I know I got a product that can help you, right? But I'm like, boom, what if all those same people, we was saving money on our electricity and our gas? What if all of us just said, boom, I got this 15, you got this 15. We're circulating this free bill every month. So all of y'all are benefiting. So one time out the month, you know what I'm saying? The only thing you got to pay is this delivery service, which is about $40, $50 or something like that. They tack that on. If you look on there, they got all type of charges. But your energy part is free, which is the largest part, which means you got money to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? You find 12 people, each of y'all got a birthday month. Be like, you know what I'm saying? Then y'all just get in between y'all find another 3. They don't have to know that y'all doing it, but it'd be better if you share with everybody. And what happens if those same 15 people say, this is a good thing. Now I want to do the gas. So now you can have the gas bill going one way and the electric bill going the other way. What do I mean? It's like if you got a circle of friends of 15 friends labeled from 1 to 15, right? The electric bill goes from 1 to 2 every month, and then it switches and it goes like that. But the gas bill is going from 15, 14, 13. So it's going backwards. So every month, 2 people are getting something free. Listen, I'm trying to get you paid, but listen, I'm trying to get you so that we can start developing economic life so we can start purchasing territory. That's what nation building is about. I mean, I could read the story. I'm going to read the story, but I need y'all to understand the reason we're doing this is so that we can start learning how to think. All right. Dang, Brother D, I wish you was on the, I wish I could get you on the line. I don't know what's going on, man. But you know, they always trying to find a way to shut us down. But shouts out to you, my brother. Let's see if he's still on it. He probably, I hope he got frustrated. All right. Dang, he said exactly what I said. Damn. You know, when you be hanging with people for a long time, they start thinking like you. The shit gets scary sometimes. All right. The Kid and the Wolf. A kid returning without protection from the pasture. Let me turn this. Actually, I don't even hear the Uber conference like I was hearing it before. So I might have to go in and figure out how to rewire this thing. I got to go back, and you know how it is to relearn something. It's crazy. Cable input. VB audio virtual cable. That's the only one that's there. Where is my technician when I need him? All right. Talking about you, Sebek, because you good at this type of stuff. All right. Let's go to the story. The Kid and the Wolf. A kid returning without protection from the pasture was pursued by a wolf. Seeing he could not escape, he turned around and said, I know, friend wolf, that I must be your prey. But before I die, I will ask of you one favor. You will play me a tune to which I may dance. The wolf complied, and while he was piping and the kid was dancing, some hounds hearing the sound ran up and began chasing the wolf. Turning to the kid, he said, It is just what I deserve, for I, who am only a butcher, should not have turned piper to please you. The Kid and the Wolf. Now, we covered this story in another form. And a lot of these stories just transform, right? So those of you that are writers understand that we're just repeating the same stories, the same they call them same, it ain't metaphor, it's until I find the word, we're following ancient templates, right? There's really no new stories. They just change clothing, right? You know what I'm saying? They modernize, you know what I'm saying? But we're telling the same stories over and over again. But I want y'all really to get the lesson out of this. I want you to get the meat out of this one, right? Okay. So I don't know what's going on with Gye-Nyame Journey because it won't. I don't know what's going on with the Uber conference. He can only hear me through Spreaker. All right. So I want y'all to understand what's going on here. This is it's several lessons in here. I know some of y'all gonna get other lessons, but this is a powerful one. This is a powerful thought. This is a life changer. This is what I call one of those life changers, right? You need to really listen to this one because this is one that applies to your personal life. This is one that applies to our tribal life. This is one that applies to our community life. This is one that applies to our city life. This is one that applies to our national life. This is one that applies to our economic life. This is one that applies to our political life. This is one, especially for black folks, this is one that really applies to us, right? Where we can use it as well as how we been getting used by it. So now, a kid returning without protection from the pasture was pursued by a wolf. Now, when a kid is returning from the pasture without protection, that means that the kid is out of place. The kid is not doing what it's supposed to do. So the kid has to rely on his own wits to survive. Actually, this is a description of a lot of our children. Seeing he could not escape, he turned around and said, I know, friend wolf, that I must be your prey. Before I die, I would ask of you one favor. Will you play me a tune to which I may dance? Now, this is what they call mental jujitsu or mental aikido, right? He aikidoed the hell out of this wolf, right? He made the wolf feel sorry for him, and the wolf knew that the victory was there. So the wolf was like, there ain't nothing this dude can do. So rather than the wolf handling his business right then, the wolf turned into a fiddler and started entertaining and checking out and digging the dance of the sheep. And the noise was so loud that it brought the very enemies to the gate and chased the wolf away. And the wolf realized what he did wrong and made this statement. It's just what I deserve, for I, who am only a butcher, should not have turned piper to please you. Many of us are in situations in our lives where we change who we are to fit the situation. And in changing who we are to fit the situation, we end up losing. As a people, we do it. In relationships, we do it. Economically, we do it. I mean, just look at how we change from poor to rich in our spending habits when we get a job. You know, you don't find it funny that a lot of y'all that's listening to me now, we start making just a little bit money, we start living outside our means. We become the fiddler rather than just realizing that we're a butcher. We become the baller rather than realizing that we're really just fallers. See, because a lot of us are living in a downward spiral consistently because we are constantly trying to be something that we're not. We're picking up the violin or the fiddle rather than picking up the knife to be the butcher. We're trying to get the latest Jordans rather than finding ways to invest in ourselves and others around us. We're finding ways to buy the latest outfits rather than finding a way to invest so that we can pull something out later. I'm guilty too, right? In politics, you know, the politicians always act like they're at our mercy at the last minute. It's like right now, they're coming to speak to black folks. They want you to turn into a fiddler. You need to be a butcher and chop their ass up with questions about what they're going to do for us. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got the lamb on the table. Now the lamb need to start making promises before they get anything from us. The lamb need to start delivering. We need some lamb chops. We need some lamb liver. You know what I'm saying? We need some lamb paws. We need some lamb fur or kid fur or whatever this thing is. We need the bones. We need to eat. We need to consume. No, but we want to play a fiddle and allow them to dance. Listen to how they speak to us. They're dancing. See, whether y'all know it or not, other people is using this mental jujitsu and mental aikido on you. I just read the example for you on how they deal with you. Right? The sheep or the kid accepted where he was. He accepted that the only way he was going to get out was by using his mind. Now, some of us, we're in that position too. Right? We know that the only weapon, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was to ask, what is the weapon of a warrior to somebody that's in Gye-Nyame, they have a specific answer there that they are supposed to give, right? And this kid used his only weapon to bend this individual to its will, to bend this wolf to his will so he could buy himself some time. Don't you understand? People are not just buying time, just stealing your time. See, because once the kid was pursued and cornered by the wolf, the time that the kid was using was the wolf's time. The kid's time was over, and that kid was able to use that wolf's time. And by using that wolf's time, an opening came up. And with that opening coming up, the kid was able to survive. When you got that kid, kill him. And I want you to understand, I want y'all to listen to the language. This is why I don't like even calling kids, because a kid is an animal that is designed for the slaughter. Understand the language here. This ain't an ancient book. You see, the kid was food. It's food for the wolf. And even though he gonna make it back to his flock, guess who may be eating his ass when he finally, well, I ain't eat you anyway. Thank you for returning, but the man's gonna eat him. Right? So let's realize, let's look at, and let's study these situations. In your life now, in your relationships, are you the wolf or are you the sheep? In your business, are you the wolf or are you the sheep? In your dreams, are you the wolf or are you the kid? My fault. I keep on going back to the sheep, but I want to keep it at the kid. I need y'all to really start listening to this. And I know some of y'all got other ideas because it's not just limited to what Brother Hatim is saying. I need y'all to understand, right? It's deeper than that. It's more powerful than that. It's richer than that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we're going to keep on doing these for years. We're going to come back to this story in a whole nother perspective. One of you young people out there that's listening, 5 years from now is going to come and split my wig open with your interpretation of this story. And you may be able to come and bring a personal story in your life where you were either the sheep or the wolf. As a matter of fact, I could think of some personal stories where I was where I was both. And the most painful one is being that wolf. Going into a situation knowing that you're about to eat. There's nothing in the universe that can stop you from eating but you. And you do it. It's called self-sabotage, y'all. We allow other people to fool us into sabotaging our forward momentum. We allow people to pause us in our movement towards greatness, in our movement towards mastery. We allow people to stop us. How many sheeps do you got out there using mental jujitsu on you, stopping you from moving towards your greatness? That kid is not for the wolf. The kid is about the kid and its survival. But also the kid teaches us you got to keep your wits about you in tough situations. I remember one time in Akron, I got into I ain't gonna say it wasn't we used to fight when I was younger. And we was fighting a dude and his buddies. And his buddies scattered and left him. He became the victim, right? And we wasn't like this wolf. That kid got his ass beat, right? But the security from the store in which we was fighting busted out the door because we had him hemmed up in the door. Right? Getting at him. The security busted out. And we scattered. And his friends were able to pinpoint me and basically surrounded me in the parking lot because all my friends had left. And I only had one choice because I was about to be the next one. And I remember, because I was a big Bruce Lee fan. So I asked a simple question. I said, are we going to fight one at a time or are we going to fight all together? And them motherfuckers was stunned. And they was stunned long enough for my friends to come and find me. So the circle they had me in was surrounded by a circle of my friends around them. I gave myself just enough time by using my mind and preparing myself, because I want you to understand there's something about this kid, right? Because like I said, this is lessons in both sides of the story. But this kid accepted death. Sometime in certain situations, we got to understand that we're going to be slaughtered. But how are you going to get slaughtered? Are you going to squeal like a pig? Are you going to just allow it to come in and just totally give up? Or are you going to accept the fact and come up with a way to get out? See, many of us, we lose our wind when we come in those tough situations. That's why you practice on your dream. That's why you practice being in the moments, right? That's why you practice being in the moment. So if you need to, you could freestyle it. I freestyled it. I copied one of my heroes. And I meant what I said. I was thankful that they were perplexed. I was thankful that they paused long enough for my bros to come. But I had accepted the fact that it was only one way I was getting out that circle. It was only one way I was going to get away. Only one. Right? Either I was going to lead the circle, walking, or they was going to lead the circle with me laying in a lump. And that wasn't, and I didn't foresee that. And I wasn't accepting that. I was going to get whooped out. But it wasn't going to be easy for them. The point is, I accepted where I was. Many of y'all are an illusion of where you should be as a people. Black folks, we are an illusion of where we should be. I don't even know if it's an illusion no more, because some niggas is trapped back so far back in time that shit don't make a bit of difference for where we are right now. You see what I'm saying? Because it's cool to build up. Because I want a lot of y'all to try to talk to some of the young people right now about the greatness of some of the ancient world. You're going to hold their attention for a minute. But they still going to go home and get brainwashed by this shit. And they're going to forget all about that shit. Or they done heard it before. What our children need to see is us moving towards our greatness. Right? They need to see us in a position of the wolf. Not falling for the cons of the kid. That's what they need to see. That's why when I tell people, my business partner is Cleveland and my nephew Bub and these young people in Gye-Nyame. You know, I'm older than most people in Gye-Nyame. Probably all of them, but you know, that's, you know what I'm saying? They need to see business. Gye-Nyame Journey is business. I need them to understand that when you come into this organization, you coming into business. The podcast I'm doing, this is business, fam. I didn't even share this on Facebook, and that's cool. Those that need to see it saw it. But the point that I'm trying to make is that if we really want to change our children's lives, we really want to change the direction that we're going in, it's going to take a certain segment of us to start living what we talk. Right? It's time for us to break the revolutionary Negro or the revolutionary black man or the revolutionary black woman cycle. And what do I mean by that cycle? This cycle is that somebody goes and gets so committed to the movement that they lose their children, they lose their health, and they get what I call the Black Revolutionary Retirement Fund. Which is, guess what? Poverty. my goal. See, because I used to go and visit Nomo on a bi-weekly basis and sometime a weekly basis, or whenever he called me, I went and I saw my elder who basically gave his youth to the movement. Right? Just waste away. I saw his wife struggling with him, and she died soon after him, probably from the stress of helping him and being by herself. No money. Only money they got is the money that he was making on the food co-op and what she was doing. And probably what he had in retirement or Social Security. Our elders shouldn't go out like, not those that sacrifice their whole life. I don't want this is why a lot of children of people who were in the struggle no longer wants to have anything to do with it. Because they watched their parents deny them time, deny them wealth, deny them any type of legacy other than the fact that they're such and such child. And he helped me. But when he was suffering, what the fuck was you doing? Or when she was doing, what was you doing? My kids is mute to that shit. I'm muting them to that shit. So I'm bringing the young people, I'm bringing them on with me and doing this. Let's build together. Right? I don't watch the kid dance long enough. I'm about to eat his ass. Right? Right? Get the lifeblood of that kid flowing back into me, and then flowing back into me, it flows into my community. That flow that I'm talking about, because what y'all need to understand, and what a lot of y'all don't understand, is that the economics is the blood, the resources are in a sense the blood that flows through the system. What happens to a body when blood goes stagnant? Or what happens to a body when blood flows out? It dies. If blood is not flowing in you, you die. If your heart stopped right now and stopped moving that blood, you would die. That resource flow that we need in our community is moving all outwards. Right now we got all these parasites hanging on, and we need to start chopping them off. And we need to start turning back into ourselves and healing the wounds and allowing those economic resources and those skills to start flowing back where we are, flowing back with us. We need to start spending our money and start the cycle moving. Jumpstart the heart. And let me tell you something, right? If you think what our ancestors did in the past was cold, I can't wait to see. As I tell my children, I can't wait to see what you become. See, because many of us is caught on the illusion that we could do it by ourselves. I gave that illusion up in college. I saw that in college. Because whenever you talk about, even the entertainers that a lot of y'all worship, they got a team behind them. I came up in the church. I seen the team behind the pastor whose church I went to, at Beulah Baptist Church. Every church I went to, the most successful churches got the most successful teams. Another fault of this wolf was that this wolf was hunting by his damn self. He ain't had nobody whisper in his ear, "Hey man, you better not pull. I'll slap the shit out of you. Pull that fiddle out. Let's get to eating." So I'm building my pack. I got my tribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting for him to get hungry. Just waiting for him to get hungry. You see, because it's like, yo, I was just listening to NPR, and I'm done because it's 10 o'clock. I was listening to NPR. I want y'all to check this out. On NPR, there's a show called Marketplace. Today they interviewed the Secretary of Economics or something like that. Secretary of Finance, I don't know. But her major concern when she leaves office is that, they got all these digital cars, all these cars, self-driving cars coming out. She says, what's going to happen when the self-driving truck hit the market? She said, there's going to be 3 million unemployed men but truck driving. They put truck driving. 3 million. Because I want y'all to understand this, right? Because it only makes sense, right? We live in a capitalistic society. Capitalism is about owning and controlling the resources so that you can sell them to others and make that money. That might be, I'm not a professional at it. But this is the point. In order to be able to make the most money possible, you got to cut your expenses. The number one expense for most companies is labor. You mean to tell me that I could buy a truck for $500,000 that can drive itself? Wait, hold on. I could buy a truck for $500,000 and then I could hire somebody to drive that truck. And I got to worry about overtime. I got to worry about them falling asleep or possibly having an accident. And I could spend $1 million for a truck that will drive itself for 3 years consistently. Don't need to sleep. Don't need to stop. Other than to drop off and get right back on the road. Don't never get tired. Now, are you serious? Are you serious? Do you honestly think? And I want y'all to think about all the industries that's gonna fall to that. So I need my tribe to get hungry, because they need to start seeing that if we don't create business, there will be no business for us to hire our children to. We shouldn't be training our children, right, as wolves to be playing fiddles when they should be butchers. Get a job is playing a fiddle. Getting it yourself is being the butcher. The wolf became something that he wasn't. We got to start re-energizing that entrepreneurial gene that was in our children, because all of the business was started with us. I mean, we say everything comes from us. Let's don't forget the economics, goddammit. That started with us too. The first banks were the temples. If I'm wrong, check me on it. The first holders of wealth were the temples. All right, now, this is Brother Tim. I want to thank you for joining us here on Gye-Nyame Journey. I want to make sure you understand that you are now listening to Folk Tales for Grown Folks. And, of course, this is a Heart of a Simmer production. And we strive to blow up those old paradigms. But before we go, I want to send out a shout, because it's been 2 weeks. I don't want them to think that I forgot about them. So we're going to move, and we're going to thank all those people that have been listening for the last 7 days. All right? Well, actually, let's go, because I'm going to just jump up. Well, actually, let's do 7 days, then we do 4 weeks. All right. United States, we want to thank you. Of course, y'all supposed to be number 1, right? Austria, wow. Philippines, Canada. Those are top countries for the last 7 days. Top cities, Columbus. Wow, thank you, Columbus. Ashburn, Virginia. Mountain View, California. I heard you before. Vienna, Austria. Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Wow. Cleveland, Ohio. All right. Now, let's go for the last 4 weeks. Peru, you back in there, baby. That's what I'm talking about. United States, number 1. Peru. I see y'all making up for lost time. Shouts out to Peru. Big shouts out to Peru. Y'all get the hand clap. Well, actually, all y'all do, but Peru, I'm glad to see you back up in the running, baby. So we got United States, Peru, Poland, Brazil, Sweden, Barbados, Canada, Spain, United Kingdom, and Austria. Top cities for the last 4 weeks. Columbus, Ohio. Thank you, Columbus. You did it. Lima, Peru. Once again, y'all back up there. Lucama, North Carolina. Menlo Park, California. Ashburn, Virginia. Mountain View, California. Marietta, Georgia. Satire, Sweden. Jerome, Idaho. And Erie, Pennsylvania. I want to give all of you a round of applause. And I'm going to say, I am out.